Hello, everyone. The diet I picked to highlight today is the neutropenic diet. The purpose of the diet is to protect patients with weakened immune systems from harmful organisms and bacteria. People with lowered immune system function have a hard time fighting off these organisms because their immune system doesn't work as well. And therefore, the diet tries to lower the risk of ingesting or getting into contact with these organisms or with these bacteria. The intended population for this diet, for the neutropenic diet, is are immunosuppressed patients. And that means cancer patients, people that undergo radiation or chemotherapy, people with neutropenia. Those are low level, that's a disease that you have low levels of neutrophils, and these are white blood cells. They're, the bone marrow makes them, or they're made in the bone marrow, and they're supposed to fight infections. And people who had a stem cell transplant, people who had organ transplants, or people who get treated for HIV and AIDS. So altogether, patients which have a not well-functioning immune system, a suppressed immune system. And the description of the diet is overall, the neutropenic diet is a diet that avoids fresh fruit and vegetables, raw foods in general, and favors sterile and cooked foods. That means in detail, no fresh fruits and vegetables, no raw or rare cooked meats and fish, no raw food in general, no salad bars or fruit bars or deli counters, no raw nuts, only pasteurized milk products, no unpasteurized beverages in general, for example, fruit juices, no well water, and tap water only if it's filtered. Yeah, that's about it. The duration, I have not found an exact prescription of how long you can follow this diet, but it's in general, it says for chemotherapy or radiation patients before or during the radiation chemotherapy, for stem cell transplant patients before and during the pre-transplant therapy, and then 3 months after the transplant, until the doctor says the patient is clear, he can start eating a normal diet. And then neutropenia patients, those are the patients with the low white blood cell count. These patients, they're supposed to follow this diet as well during the time that their blood count is, their white blood cell count is low. The potential challenges for this diet for the patient is it could be challenging for the patient to remember what kinds of foods are to be avoided, because it's a list. But this is really the only challenge that I have found with this particular diet. It might be that the diet might be perceived as a relatively easy attainable change in the way the patient eats. That's why I don't think there's a whole lot of challenges there. It does not really call for any extra work other than the regular food safety methods that should be already in place, like washing your hands, or cooking meat thoroughly. Otherwise, it only requires to swap out certain foods. For example, like fresh fruits, then the patient should be using canned foods from now on, which is not really that big of a challenge to swap out one thing for the other. And this is my presentation, and here are my references. Thank you very much.